So I've recently started looking into spray foam insulation, and I have a lot of appreciation for it because from my research and the people I've talked to, and I even toured a spray foam factory here in Dallas, it seems like a low energy product that provides significant advantages over traditional insulation, like air sealing properties. And if installed properly, it can last you a really long time, and it doesn't slump and it doesn't degrade. That's the good quality stuff. I've seen some horrible photos of like clumped up insulation that just crumbles after 5 to 10 years. I'm not talking about that stuff. I'm talking about the good quality spray foam insulation. But from your perspective, from the eco-friendly insulation industry, you see the disadvantages of spray foam, right? But do you also, what I'm trying to say is that spray foam does have its advantages. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. So first of all, I'm not an expert on spray foam. I know a fair bit about it, and I'll reveal that in a second. But I'm not here to say that I've studied closed cell or open cell foam. I've seen the same pictures you have. I've heard guys like Matt Reisinger in Texas talk about the horrible experiences that he's had with it. I think he's evolved from that and still uses it. I think from an air sealing perspective, I understand the argument. And I think that we obviously are excited about air sealing homes because it makes them more efficient, meaning it reduces your heating and cooling bill. There's no way I would ever get comfortable thinking that spray foam wasn't going to off-gas its whole life. I've never seen that proven. I hear people say, oh yeah, it's done after 48 hours. Well, I mean, I personally don't believe that. The way that things change, the way that houses settle, you see these things where you get, a small crack. Well, now you've got a place for vapor drive to occur. It gets behind the spray foam. And so for me, I just wouldn't want those drums of chemicals from the back of the truck going into my house that becomes the space that I occupy and I'm going to breathe. So that's my personal view on spray foam. Now, are there other ways to air seal? Are there other ways to think about continuous insulation, like on the exterior, that are products that I don't make? Yeah. So, I'm not trying to champion us. Yeah, there are. And, are there ways to use membranes to create air tightness that will create less of an issue for off-gassing potential? Yes. The building science conversation continues to evolve.
Yes.
And so I think the challenge where I would just never get comfortable with spray foam in my space. I mean, think about the advertising you see for it. It's a guy or a girl in a moon suit, right? With all sorts of stuff all over them. And then talk about some of the early guys. Forget what they called. They called like
hazmat suits.
No, yeah, but they would get something called like halo circle or something. They'd go blind for like 3 days from spraying this stuff and not protecting themselves properly. I'm sure that we've evolved away from that too. Yeah. But I just, the thought of mixing chemicals at the end of a gun in a uncontrolled environment, meaning you're going to have temperature change throughout the day, like there's just no way that's ever happened.
I agree with that. There are lots of variables on a job site but also I think spray foam is continuing to evolve too. But I completely get what you're saying. There are lots. It's just a different mindset.
And also and like foam board on the exterior, right? You might be able to solve the same thing. So look, we're not in the business of trying to beat up on other people trying to do cool things in the built environment. That's not our job. What I am up against a lot is the sort of, the synthetic discussion versus the natural one. And I'm in a position where I naturally gravitate towards something more natural versus synthetic.